We've just arrived at the Adelaide Hills 4 Drive Park and we're going to go check out all the campgrounds here and also maybe sneak in a little bit of forward driving. So we're just about to register, so come with us and let's go check it out. The Adelaide Hills 4 Drive Park is about an hour from Adelaide CBD, around about 60 kilometres. Now you actually have to drive past the place and kind of loop through Callington to get to the park itself. The park itself does allow pets in certain areas. There are drop toilets at some sites. There's no water, power or bins available at the campsites. There are fire pits, you've got to pay to stay. Great forward drive tracks. Some of the places are suitable for swimming, near the Billabong. Good phone reception. It is hazardous when wet. It is suitable for tents and swags and any real forward drive capable and high clearance camper trailers and trailers. It is rugged terrain and rough conditions. There are some barbecues and playgrounds and picnic tables in locations around the park, and there's only a handful of two-wheel drive campsites available. And when you arrive, make yourself known at reception and they'll fill you in on what you need to do. So I'm here with Cameron, just about to check in and go to all the campsites that they have to offer. So Cameron, thanks for having us. Do you want to explain about what we first have to do when we get to the park?
Well, firstly, welcome.
Thank you.
There is a bit of a process to follow. The main thing is that the first time is the most painful, where we get you to sign a waiver. Well, that has to be signed every time, which is a bit like an indemnity form.
Yeah.
But the one you've got to do the first time is when we're making an assessment on your driving, and this helps us point you in the right directions as to which tracks to do. And so what you'll do is you'll come in, you'll sign in the search and rescue form.
Yep.
So this is what we do for the CFS. And so you write your details in and then you sign out. So that way we don't go looking for you. The next step is then you can either do it on hard copy on paper or use the QR codes to do the waiver and the driver history forms. And if you come back, we can bring your name up and go, oh, look at that, you were doing white and blue tracks.
Yep. Yeah.
And that's a handy thing to do before you go and learn the map.
Yes.
And the map is where you start to understand how the property's laid out and what tracks you can take, and then of course that guides you to the campsite.
Once you're all checked in, let's get deflating those tyre pressures down to about 22. Now you got your tyres sorted, let's go check out the two-wheel drive suitable sites. There's only 3 and they're right at the beginning in the training track. Alright, first campground. This is a two-wheel drive campground that's just at the beginning of the property, so you can get in here quite easily. You are in amongst the training track, so people are going to be driving around you all the time, except in the evenings obviously. It has a fire pit, but no shade. And this next one is just a bit further on. It's quite a large, freshly cut space, which is long, so you can get pretty much most things in here quite comfortably. But again, you are in amongst the training track, so you'll get plenty of visibility of people driving around, and you might even learn a couple of things as well. But this is very flat, straightforward, but no shade. Yep, you are in the middle of it, and directly opposite you is a playground for the kids and for yourself if you want to hang out. Hi Eva. She's enjoying the playgrounds, and there's a picnic table there as well. Now the next one is directly next door, literally right over the side. This one's on a bit more of an angle with a fire pit, but again another long campground that's quite reasonably set up. Quite reasonable in terms of size, and you can certainly set up wherever you feel comfortable. And in the background you can see someone on the training tracks already. And nice open space, and you definitely want to bring some shade. But these again for two-wheel drive, or if you've got a camper trailer or caravan or something that doesn't have a lot of clearance, or you're just not that comfortable taking it out on those four-wheel drive tracks. So let's get actually into the four-wheel drive tracks. We're following the simple route of the white tracks, which are for novice and I guess minimal experience with four-wheel driving. So following the white track, we're going to head up to the top of the hill where there are 6 sites. And once you reach the top of the hill, the first site is 15. Now this is a reasonably flat site, lush green grass which is freshly cut and mowed. Yes, they do keep these spots mowed quite frequently. Lots of reasonable space to set up anywhere you wish. Not a lot of shade and open, but look, you get these amazing panoramic views as you are right on top of the hill. There is an area so you can set up a fire, but all in all, a really flat grassy spot for you to set up with stunning views in the background. Have a look at that. Now, making our way along to the next group of sites, which is just a bit further down, right on the top of the hill with a playground, also a picnic table, and look, 360-degree views. Amazing. Imagine relaxing up here. Now, make note, it is windy on the top of the hill, so you will get wind, but don't let that stop you because you've got this gorgeous views. Now, if you're wondering where can you get supplies? Well, closest towns are Mount Barker and Strathalbyn. So head there if you want to get fuel or like a larger shop. Now at reception, you can get some snacks and stuff from there and some bare essentials. So don't forget to check the reception out as well. Now while you're looking at those wonderful canola fields and thinking about how they look, let's go look at the first site up here, which is site 13. Huge site. Mowed and manicured, ready for you to set up wherever you like at the top and enjoy those views. Just look at that skyline, absolutely stunning. Bring shade, absolutely, and it is very, very open. It can certainly suit a larger group of people if that's what you want to do. Also in this area, there are no bins or facilities of any kind. Yeah, no toilets. So make sure you're self-sufficient when you come in this area and camp. So just a very, very short trip or walk to site 11, which is opposite the playground. Site 11 is on an angle, mowed, so it's clearly visible and set out where you can set up. And you've got that lovely grass under your feet to enjoy with that backdrop of those lovely canola fields. I just can't get over how great and amazing these views really are. So site 12 has a fire drum ready for you to use, mowed out, very open with those majestic views as I mentioned before, and I keep going on about how good these views are because they really are stunning. And this one is on a little bit of an angle, but you can set up quite comfortably. Pretty much directly opposite is site 14. Huge site, quite flat, mowed out just like the others, open. You have those views in the background. You do have a fire pit. This is quite large, so you can fit quite a few people on this particular site. And if you're worried about phone reception, in the back there, if you see that there, that is the mobile phone tower. So you'll have plenty of phone reception. So while we're up here, we came across another site that wasn't on the map, which is directly opposite the last one. When we asked, they called it the overflow site. So if you've got larger groups and you want more space, you can set up here as well. Mowed out, got that. Keep going on about these backdrop, but it is great. It is just amazing. It is on an angle, and you can set up here pretty much anywhere you feel comfortable. So think about how you're going to feel at the end of the day after doing these amazing tracks and coming back here, back to your camp and enjoying this wonderful area. So we're going to make our way to the next area. Now if you notice, we're still following the white path by looking at the white barrels. Other colored barrels means more difficult tracks. So this is where we're zoning into. Let's go and have a look at them. Next site on the list is site 10. Now, if you notice, blue barrel, it's a harder track, but to get to site 10, it's straightforward. Now, when we asked about site 10, because if you notice, it's not mowed, and there's these prickly plants here, they said, look, it's not commonly used, so it probably won't end up being a campground for much longer. So keep that in mind, but we still want to show you what site 10 looks like. But it is lower down on the hill, still have nice views and fairly open, but right on the track. Right, site 10 done. Next one, we're going to go down the hill, down these tracks. You get a good snapshot and good idea of what these tracks look like. And have a look, we're at the bottom of the hill and there is a river right across this campsite. How amazing is that view of that hill? And this ground is totally flat, grassy, and right next to the river. And it's large enough for large groups of people to set up, or just as an individual, you do get a fire pit. There's also a drop toilet here. It can come very handy if you're not self-sufficient. So compared to where we just came from, up on top of the hill, totally different landscape. You're in the valley, you've got that river. Great, another great setting. Very easy to relax after a great day of driving the tracks that the Adelaide Hills 4-wheel drive park has to offer. What a lovely manicured site. Let's have a look at the toilets. Look, they're basic. They're basic toilets, but let's face it, you're not coming here for the toilet. You're coming here to enjoy these amazing surroundings and beautiful location. On to the next area. Another great site, large, generous site. Now don't be deterred by that chain. They'll give you a key that you can go in and out and lock it up if you're going out on the tracks during the day. But look at that view. You've got that view and that river just to set up anywhere along here. You pick your spot and away you go. Look at that water flowing. Imagine listening to the noise of that flowing water while you're sitting there relaxing and enjoying that view and this campground. Now this adjoins to the next campground, which is the Billabong, but you actually have to go around. You can't drive through. So you're not going to get anyone driving through your camp area if you set up here. And in the background there is a toilet available as well, which is a drop toilet. But very well manicured and ready to just set up and relax. So as we make our way to the Billabong, we are still following the white track, but some sections along this track are in the blue area. So this particular part might be a little bit more difficult than what you're seeing. But that's okay, because look where you end up. How good is that view? That is the Billabong. Just amazing. I keep going on about it, but it really is breathtaking. And if you're not comfortable about doing those little blue areas, then you can always backtrack the way we came to go around and end up here. So the Billabong is actually next to a picnic area, and further down there's more sites. And there's another chain and lock which you can get the key at reception. But wait, look at the view of the Billabong. We did ask if you could swim in there. Yes, you can, but just make sure you don't stop. No, I'm kidding. You can certainly swim in there. This is where we stayed the night. There's a shelter with its own little fireplace as well as a fire pit, and you can set up a large group or a small group or just yourself, up to you. But this is such a wonderful, majestic, serene place to set up and enjoy the wonderful surroundings that this place has to offer. There's a bit of a rope swing there. Don't know how sturdy that rope is, so do it at your own risk. But hey, you can't ask for much more. Flowing river, flat ground, grassy, fire pits, along with a drop toilet and a shelter. We certainly were very, very comfortable after the day of driving. And quickly checking out the drop toilet. Again, not much different to what we've seen. Very basic, but functional. We certainly enjoyed that fire pit. There is actually a gas barbecue here as well that you can utilize within this shelter. And benches. So again, you have some level of facilities that you can use. I know what you're thinking. Why are we leaving? Well, we do have to check out the other sites. Next one, you're going to do a little bit of a river crossing, but this is site 3, which is located across from the picnic area. But it is a manicured, flat, grassy site, just like the others. But if you notice, there's a bit of shade here. There's a tree that you can set up nearby to get some shade. And it has a fire pit. But you do have to cross that river crossing. Now there are some rutted areas there that you want to be careful of, so pick your lines. We did have to recover people there who got stuck because they misread and misjudged their level of clearance. So pick your lines. Once you make it through that river crossing, you get to site 4. Now just on that little section there, that's more of a blue part of the track in terms of difficulty. So if you're not comfortable with doing that, go all the way around and you end up here via the other direction. So as you can see, we're settled on a bit of a bend where the river is, with that lovely backdrop in the background. This spot is on an angle. It is manicured, maintained, mowed, but it is on an angle, and it does have a fire pit. See, we were told this spot is commonly asked for because you can watch other forward drivers do the more difficult tracks. Site 5 is the next one we're showing you, and it's directly opposite Site 4. So you're pretty close. But don't let that stop you, because you still have that amazing landscape and backdrop. Separating you is a blue-grade track. But this site stretches along that river. In some sections a bit of an angle, but mostly flat and huge. You can have quite a few people here hang about and enjoy. And on the other side is Site 6, but we'll check that out in a minute. Let's have a look at this river. Travelling along to Site 6, there's a chain and lock, get the key from reception. Bit of an angle to get down. But like the others, it's mowed and manicured. Great river backdrop with those hills. Comes equipped with a fire drum, and you can see in the background there is a playground and a shelter with a barbecue in there. Now in this area there also are toilets, which we will show you in a minute. But another large, generous spot and location to set up camp. Before we get to Site 7, let's go check out the toilets. So there's 2 here. Both drop toilets, basic, but in more of a shelter style toilet, but functional. Now you've seen that. We're going to go down further. to site 7, which is right next to the playground and the shelter. Bit of a drop to get down, just tread carefully, you'll be fine. But hey, have a look at this. Another long, green, bit of an angle site, manicured against that river. But the backdrop, you're sharing the same view. Just amazing, with a fire pit. Here's a family just setting up and ready to enjoy their time at the 4-Drive Park. So quickly looking at the playground and the shelter. There you go, has a barbecue. And that exit out, as I said, it is a little bit steep. Going down the hill on the opposite side, we're at site 8. Again, lock and chain, no problems. Get the key, there's a fire pit. Now to get to the next site, which is site 9, you have to drive past through here, or you can do a bit of a loop around. But this is site 8, flat, generous, along the river, and again, breathtaking views. And have a look at those kids in the background on the swings. I bet they're having the time of their lives. Now there is another toilet that these two sites 8 and 9 share. It's a single toilet, same style as we've seen before. Let's go now and check out site 9. Again, you can drive past through site 8 or go around this slightly more difficult track to get there. But this is another very long site that can fit quite a number of people here if you wanted a bigger group. But they're all generous. And this is very well manicured and settled within these hills crossing over. And you can set up right towards the back if you don't want to be near any festivities or gatherings that's happening. Wow, what a great day we've had here in the Adelaide Hills 4-Drive Park. We've driven around the whole property, filmed every campground, and we're settled right here in the Billabong. Look at that, look at this view. Look, it's been an amazing time. We've seen some awesome places, done some awesome forward driving. Come and check this place out. And remember, camp by me and you'll be a happy camper. And your ongoing support means everything to us. So thank you very much, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is free, and also check out our website and social media. This is a good view. Oh, perfect day for filming, Anna. On this day of spring. Okay, it's like getting ready for a race. As soon as the noise stops, I'm running. How's my hair, Anna?
Perfect rolling.
You want me to clap it in?
You don't need to because we're not sinking.
Oh, we're not sinking. Oh, because we clap it in to sync the. All good. I'm thinking. I'm channeling my inner TV show. Go on.
Just talk through the process, like all the stuff.
You don't want me to say I'm here with Cameron at the Adelaide Hills 4-Drive Park. God.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
You won't hurt my feelings.
So I'm here with Cameron at the Adelaide 4-Drive Park. Don't Adelaide Hills. Do it again. Just give me a minute. I'm just taking it all in.